Imagine receiving a beautifully wrapped gift from someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or even a colleague. You open it with gratitude, unaware that this seemingly innocent act might unknowingly alter the course of your life. In the teachings of Buddhism and various ancient traditions, every object carries an energy, a silent force that influences the harmony of our existence. Some gifts, while well-intentioned, may invite negative vibrations into your home, disrupting your wealth, relationships, and inner peace. As a monk who has studied these subtle energies for decades, I have come to understand that accepting a gift is not merely an exchange of material possessions. It is an exchange of energy. And just as food nourishes the body, the objects we bring into our lives nourish or poison our spiritual and emotional well-being. The question then arises, what if a single gift, given with kindness, could unknowingly attract misfortune? Throughout history, sages and spiritual masters have warned about certain gifts that should never be accepted. These objects, though seemingly harmless, are believed to carry unseen forces that can sever relationships, burden the soul, and even block the flow of prosperity. Some of them symbolize division, others represent scarcity, while some are infused with past energies that do not belong to you. By accepting these gifts, you may unknowingly invite disturbances into your life, some so subtle that you may not even realize their impact until it is too late. Today, we will uncover the 8 gifts you should never accept, not because they are evil in themselves, but because their presence in your life might interfere with your spiritual and material well-being. Each of these objects has been recognized in Buddhist teachings, feng shui, and other esoteric traditions as potential carriers of disruptive energies. You may have already received some of these gifts without ever considering the consequences, and the last one on this list is by far the most dangerous, yet the most commonly accepted of all. Before we begin, I invite you to approach this knowledge with an open heart. Do not fear these objects, but instead understand their significance. Wisdom is not about avoiding the world. It is about navigating it with awareness. If you have already accepted any of these gifts, there are ways to neutralize their effects, and I will share them with you along the way. So, let us embark on this journey of understanding together. What if the smallest shift in awareness could protect your happiness, strengthen your relationships, and bring balance to your life? Stay with me, for what you are about to learn may change the way you perceive the world around you forever. Now, let us begin with the first gift, a seemingly practical, yet symbolically dangerous item that many of us have received without a second thought. 1. Sharp objects. A knife, a pair of scissors, or any sharp object. On the surface, these are useful tools, gifted with practicality in mind. A high-quality knife set may symbolize generosity, while an elegant pair of scissors might be seen as an item of precision and craft. But beneath their usefulness lies a deeper, more symbolic meaning, one that has been recognized for centuries in spiritual traditions, including Buddhism and feng shui. In the spiritual realm, sharp objects are not merely instruments of cutting. They embody division, separation, and discord. When you accept such a gift, you are unknowingly inviting the energy of severance into your life. This energy does not discriminate. It may cut through personal relationships, financial stability, or even one's inner peace. It is no coincidence that in many cultures, gifting a knife is considered a bad omen, as it is believed to sever the bond between the giver and the receiver. Have you ever noticed conflicts arising unexpectedly after receiving such a gift? Perhaps a close friendship cooled, misunderstandings became more frequent, or tensions surfaced where there had been none before. The energetic principle behind this belief is subtle but powerful. Sharp objects carry a cutting force, both physically and energetically, and when they enter your home as a gift, they may unknowingly bring disruptions to your life. From a Buddhist perspective, relationships and connections are like an intricate web of interwoven energies. Everything we receive, everything we surround ourselves with, contributes to the flow of these energies. Sharp objects, by their very nature, introduce a force of division that can disturb harmony. Even those who do not believe in spiritual symbolism might notice an increased sense of agitation or unexpected obstacles in different areas of life after receiving such a gift. However, there is a way to neutralize this energy. A simple yet effective practice is to offer a coin in return, symbolizing an exchange rather than a gift. This transforms the act of receiving into a purchase, removing the negative implications, and ensuring the bond between the giver and receiver remains intact. So, if a sharp object can bring separation, what about a gift that represents emptiness? 2. Empty wallets. A symbol of scarcity that should never be accepted. At first glance, receiving a wallet or purse as a gift may seem like a thoughtful gesture. After all, it is a symbol of wealth, a vessel designed to hold money and financial prosperity. But what if this seemingly generous gift actually carried an energy of emptiness, one that could unknowingly invite scarcity into your life? In Buddhist teachings, and across many spiritual traditions, objects are not just material possessions. They are symbols that shape our subconscious beliefs and influence our reality. A wallet is not merely an accessory. It represents the flow of financial energy in one's life. When given empty, it embodies lack, stagnation, and financial struggle. The act of receiving an empty wallet imprints a silent message upon the subconscious. There is nothing inside. Wealth does not flow to me. Have you ever experienced a period of unexpected financial difficulties after receiving an empty wallet or purse? Perhaps opportunities that once seemed promising suddenly faded away. Money that should have come easily was delayed or lost. Though subtle, these energetic imbalances can shape our financial reality in ways we do not immediately recognize. This belief is deeply rooted in the principle that energy follows intention. When gifting or receiving a wallet, there must be an energetic seed of abundance within it. That is why, in many cultures, it is customary to place a coin or a small bill inside a gifted wallet. This small yet powerful act shifts the energy, ensuring that the wallet carries prosperity rather than emptiness. To those who are skeptical, consider the psychology behind this tradition. When you open a wallet and see money inside, even a single coin, your mind associates it with abundance. But when you receive it empty, it subtly reinforces the idea of financial void, an idea that can unconsciously affect decision-making, spending habits, and the ability to attract wealth. If you ever receive an empty wallet, do not simply accept it as is. Immediately place money inside to reset its energy, transforming it from a symbol of lack into a beacon of prosperity. Now, if an empty wallet can influence financial well-being, what about gifts that come with the unseen energy of past experiences? 3. Used clothing. Wearing the energy of the past. A warm sweater from a friend, a stylish coat passed down from a relative, or even a second-hand garment gifted with love. On the surface, receiving used clothing may seem harmless, even thoughtful. After all, clothing is meant to provide comfort and protection. But what if the fabric you wear carries more than just threads? In Buddhist teachings and many spiritual traditions, clothing is more than a necessity. It is an extension of one's personal energy. Every garment absorbs the emotions, experiences, and spiritual imprints of its previous owner. Whether the person wore it during moments of joy or deep sorrow, the energy lingers within the fibers. By accepting and wearing used clothing, you are unknowingly inviting that energy into your own life. Have you ever put on an old piece of clothing and suddenly felt a strange unease, as if something was not quite right? Perhaps after wearing it, your mood shifted inexplicably, or you felt unusually drained. This is not mere coincidence. Just as a house retains the energy of those who have lived in it, clothing holds the residual essence of those who wore it before. The effect is even stronger. If the previous owner experienced financial struggles, emotional distress, or illness while wearing the garment, without realizing it, you may be carrying their burdens, unknowingly adopting their patterns of hardship and suffering. This is why In many cultures, people are advised to be cautious with second-hand clothing, especially if the origins are unknown. If a garment belonged to someone who passed away, experienced deep pain, or lived a life filled with misfortune, the energy attached to it may manifest subtly in your own life. But does this mean all used clothing is dangerous? Not necessarily. There are ways to cleanse these garments of past energy. In Buddhist traditions, washing them with salt water, exposing them to sunlight, or burning incense around them can help clear negative imprints. Some monks even recommend reciting mantras or prayers to purify the garment before wearing it. If you ever receive used clothing and feel uneasy about it, listen to that intuition. Your energy is sacred, and what you wear should uplift you, not weigh you down. Now, if clothing can carry the energy of past owners, what about objects designed for spiritual connection? 4. Religious or spiritual artifacts. The unseen burden of sacred objects. A beautifully carved Buddha statue, a set of prayer beads, or an ancient religious relic. Receiving such gifts may seem like a blessing, a gesture of faith and goodwill. After all, spiritual artifacts are meant to bring protection, wisdom, and divine connection. But what if these sacred objects carry energies that do not align with your own? In Buddhist philosophy, objects of spiritual significance are not merely decorative items. They are vessels of energy. When used in devotion, meditation, or rituals, they absorb the intentions, prayers, and emotions of their owners. This makes them deeply personal, often unsuitable as casual gifts. Imagine receiving a set of prayer beads that once belonged to someone struggling with deep emotional turmoil. Each time they held those beads, their thoughts, fears, and desires were imprinted upon them. By accepting such an item, you may unknowingly inherit the unresolved energies attached to it. Some may bring wisdom and serenity, but others may carry confusion, suffering, or even spiritual conflicts. Furthermore, receiving a religious artifact from someone who follows a different belief system can create spiritual disharmony. Every tradition carries its own vibrational frequency, and when an object tied to one belief enters the space of another, it may create energetic interference. Instead of offering guidance, it could lead to subtle disturbances in your spiritual journey, a misalignment between your soul and the path you are meant to walk. This is why, in many cultures, sacred objects are not casually gifted. They are either chosen by the individual based on their spiritual calling, or received from a master, monk, or teacher who understands their true significance. Accepting such an object without this connection can leave you with something that is spiritually foreign, carrying energy that is not meant for you. If you have already received such a gift, you can purify it before bringing it into your sacred space. Many Buddhist monks recommend cleansing it with incense, offering prayers, or even returning it to nature if its energy does not feel aligned with yours. The key is mindfulness, ensuring that the spiritual tools in your possession truly serve your growth, rather than disrupt it. If religious artifacts can affect your spiritual well-being, what about an item that reflects not just your body, but also your energy? 5. Old mirrors, the reflection that holds more than just an image. A mirror is more than just a reflective surface. It is a portal, a witness to the lives of those who have stood before it. When you receive an old mirror as a gift, you may think of it as a beautiful antique, a piece of history with charm and elegance. But what if I told you that an old mirror does not merely reflect your image? It retains the energy, emotions, and experiences of its past owners? In Buddhist teachings and many spiritual traditions, mirrors are considered powerful energy absorbers. They do not just reflect what is in front of them, they hold onto the vibrations of everything they have seen. If a mirror has been present in a household filled with conflict, sadness, or suffering, it may carry those lingering imprints. And when you bring such a mirror into your own home, You are inviting those energies into your life, unknowingly allowing past sorrows to intertwine with your present reality. There are countless stories of people who have received old mirrors and soon after felt unease in their homes. Some report increased anxiety, restless sleep, or an inexplicable sense of being watched. These are not mere superstitions, but are rooted in the belief that mirrors have the ability to store and replay the emotions that have unfolded before them. A particularly concerning aspect of old mirrors is that they can distort energy flow. In feng shui, improperly placed mirrors are believed to trap or redirect energy in unfavorable ways, leading to disharmony in the household. If a mirror has absorbed negative energy over time, it may begin to radiate that same energy back into its surroundings, subtly affecting the mindset, emotions, and well-being of those living nearby. If you have received an old mirror and feel an unexplained discomfort around it, consider cleansing it. Spiritual practices such as wiping the surface with salt water, placing it under sunlight, or performing a blessing ritual can help neutralize lingering energies. However, if the uneasy feeling persists, it may be best to part ways with the object altogether. While mirrors may reflect the energy of the past, some gifts carry the weight of time itself, reminding us of life's fleeting nature in ways we do not always recognize. 6. Clocks and watches, the silent reminder of time slipping away. A beautiful clock, a luxury watch. These are often gifted as symbols of time, precision, and lasting memories. But what if these gifts carried an unspoken burden? In Buddhist teachings and many spiritual traditions, time is more than just a measurement. It is a force that governs life, destiny, and the impermanence of all things. When you receive a clock or watch as a gift, you may be unknowingly inviting an energy of limitation, a reminder that time is slipping away, that the moments ahead are numbered. In many cultures, gifting a clock is considered inauspicious. The Chinese phrase for giving a clock, song zhang, sounds similar to attending a funeral, song zhang, making it a symbol of parting, endings, or even death. This is why many people instinctively feel uneasy about receiving a timepiece as a gift. On a subconscious level, it can represent a countdown, an awareness of time running out. But beyond cultural superstitions, the energetic impact of receiving a clock or watch is more subtle. Timepieces regulate our perception of life. They remind us of schedules, deadlines, and the pressures of existence. When you receive one as a gift, especially from someone who harbors stress, anxiety, or a deep attachment to time, their energy may be transferred to the object. This can lead to a heightened sense of urgency, an increased fear of falling behind, or even an internalized pressure to constantly be on time for something undefined. Have you ever noticed that certain clocks seem to stop working at significant moments, or that a gifted watch may start behaving erratically after being worn for a while? Some believe this happens because timepieces absorb the energy of their owners, reacting to shifts in emotions and personal circumstances. If you receive a clock or watch and feel an unusual sense of unease, consider resetting its energy. A simple ritual, placing it under moonlight, meditating while holding it, or even setting a new time before wearing it, can help clear any lingering influences. And if you wish to avoid any energetic imbalance altogether, offer a symbolic coin in exchange to turn the gift into a transaction, neutralizing its effects. While timepieces shape our perception of time, some gifts reflect the state of our lives. In more literal ways, what happens when we accept broken items, symbols of imperfection, dysfunction, and stagnation? 7. Broken items, the symbol of stagnation and unfulfilled potential. A chipped cup, a cracked mirror, a broken clock. Sometimes, people gift damaged items out of sentimentality, believing they still hold value, despite their imperfections. But from a spiritual perspective, broken objects carry the energy of incompleteness, dysfunction, and stagnation. Accepting such gifts may seem harmless, but their presence in your life can subtly influence your reality, creating blockages, delays, and reinforcing cycles of struggle. In Buddhism and many spiritual traditions, our external environment is a reflection of our internal state. Objects hold energy, and broken items symbolize disruption, loss, and unresolved issues. Just as a shattered vase can no longer hold water, a broken object loses its original purpose. It remains in a state of inability to function, mirroring stagnation in the life of the receiver. Have you ever noticed how keeping broken objects around can affect your emotions? A broken chair reminds us it cannot be used. A cracked plate suggests fragility and imperfection. Over time, these symbols subtly reinforce feelings of lack, limitations, and failure in ways we do not consciously recognize. By accepting a broken item, you may be unintentionally welcoming these energies into your own life. Beyond symbolism, the law of attraction teaches that what we surround ourselves with influences what we attract. Keeping damaged or incomplete objects sends a subconscious message that we are willing to accept imperfection, disorder, or even misfortune in our personal and professional lives. This is why many spiritual masters advise against holding onto such items, let alone receiving them as gifts. If you have been given a broken item, ask yourself, does this gift serve me? Does it bring value, or does it symbolize something I wish to move beyond? If it carries sentimental value, consider repairing or repurposing it to transform its energy. Otherwise, it may be best to part with it, allowing space for wholeness and new opportunities to enter your life. While broken objects symbolize stagnation, what about gifts that seem desirable but carry hidden energetic burdens? Some gifts, though widely accepted, can disrupt not just the energy of the receiver, but also their financial stability and prosperity. 8. Cash or money, the silent transfer of energy and fortune. Money is often considered the most practical and appreciated gift. Unlike material items, it allows the receiver to choose what they need. But what if I told you that accepting money as a gift could unknowingly invite financial instability, energetic burdens, or even karmic debt into your life? In Buddhist philosophy and many spiritual traditions, money is not just a physical currency. It is energy in motion. Every coin and bill carries the essence of its past. Who earned it, how it was acquired, and the intentions behind its exchange. When you accept money as a gift, you are not only receiving the material value, but also the unseen energy attached to it. If the giver accumulated their wealth through unethical means, financial struggles, or desperation, that energy may be unknowingly transferred to you. Have you ever received money and soon after encountered unexpected financial difficulties, sudden losses, or disruptions in wealth? This is not mere coincidence. Money holds vibrations of scarcity or abundance, depending on how it was obtained and given. If it comes from someone who views money with fear, greed, or struggle, you may find yourself subtly absorbing those same beliefs, leading to subconscious blocks in financial growth. Additionally, receiving money as a gift may create an energetic imbalance between the giver and the receiver. In some cases, it carries an unspoken expectation of repayment, whether through favors, loyalty, or emotional ties. This can lead to an invisible burden, where the receiver feels obligated in ways they do not fully understand. Does this mean you should never accept money? Not necessarily. The key lies in intention and cleansing. If you receive money and feel uneasy about its origins, you can purify it spiritually by setting an intention, donating a portion, or using it for something meaningful that uplifts energy rather than carrying stagnation. Be mindful of how money enters your life. True wealth is not about how much you receive, but about the flow of energy you cultivate. If a gift does not align with prosperity and balance, it may be wiser to decline it. Now that we have explored the 8 gifts that may unknowingly bring misfortune, What can we do to ensure that the gifts we accept carry only positive energy? In Buddhism, there is a principle of mindful receiving, the understanding that everything we welcome into our space affects us, whether physically, emotionally, or energetically. When we accept a gift, we are not merely receiving an object, we are inviting its history, its meaning, and its energy into our existence. This is why spiritual masters have long advised caution when receiving certain items, but caution does not mean fear. Wisdom lies in awareness, not avoidance. If you have received any of these gifts in the past, do not be alarmed. Energy can be shifted, and imbalances can be corrected. Here are some mindful practices to ensure that every gift in your life aligns with positivity and abundance. 1. Purification rituals. If you receive a gift that carries uncertain energy, you can cleanse it through spiritual means. Burning incense, placing it in sunlight, washing it with salt water, or reciting prayers can help reset its vibration. 2. Intentional exchange. For objects like knives or watches, offering a small coin in return symbolically transforms the gift into a purchase, neutralizing any negative energy associated with it. This practice is simple, yet effective in maintaining harmony. 3. Listening to intuition. Your inner wisdom often senses whether an object carries beneficial or disruptive energy. If a gift makes you feel uneasy, do not ignore that feeling. You are always free to decline gifts that do not align with your well-being. 4. Giving with pure intentions. As receivers, we must also be mindful as givers. The energy we pass forward through gifts should be one of joy, love, and prosperity. The greatest gifts are not material objects, but kindness, wisdom, and compassion, things that enrich the soul rather than burden it. At the heart of all these teachings is one profound truth: life is a continuous exchange of energy. We attract what we allow, and by making conscious choices, we can ensure that the gifts we give and receive bring harmony rather than misfortune. If you found value in this knowledge, take a moment to reflect on the gifts in your life. Are they bringing you peace? Or are they unknowingly creating obstacles? The smallest shifts in awareness can lead to the greatest transformations. Before you leave, don't forget to support this journey of wisdom. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What are your experiences with these gifts? Have you ever received something that brought unexpected consequences? Let's continue this discussion together. Stay mindful, stay balanced, and remember, what you accept into your life shapes the path ahead. See you in the next video.